This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2001 Ford F250 crew cab short bed, 7.3 turbo diesel. It's four-wheel drive. It's a Lariat, which means it's got leather. It was purchased directly from Larry Miller Dodge. It was a trade-in they took in. They really can't sell, with a few exceptions, they can't sell anything with over 100,000 miles or over 10 years old. They can't get financing for their used car customers, so they just sell them to us. The diesel trucks, when they're good trucks, we buy them. Let's see, if we do an inspection, this is what the inspection looks like. About 2 hours, wheels off, in the air, driving, fluids checked, blah, blah, blah. And it goes as follows. Let's see. We replace the clutch fan. We replace the driver side mirror. We put a tailgate cap on the tailgate, the plastic piece on the top of the tailgate. We replace the horn, and both outside seat bolsters on the passenger seat and the driver's seat were repaired. And the little trim that goes around the cup holder in the center console was repaired also. We had to put a little carpet in there because we couldn't find the right material to match, but it looks okay. It's functional. This truck has 245,000 miles and change. Got this aftermarket bumper on the front. Remember that when you have an aftermarket bumper like this and you get in a crash, obviously it's going to affect the performance of the airbags. If you want the airbags to work right, take this $2,000 bumper off and put another original bumper off, and then you'll be on it, and then you'll be okay. It's an Arizona truck, so you've got a lacquer checked hood, which is very normal. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could just sand that. If you can see it on the roof too, you could sand that and, you know, have Mako paint or whatever, a couple $100. You'd have that taken care of if you want it. It's got a nice set of BFGs on it. Actually, a really nice set of BFGs, very high rubber. I believe it used to be chipped. It's got the gauges on the A-pillar in front of the driver. I would say that before he traded in, he probably had a winch in there also. So he took off a bunch. He probably had lights up here. He probably had a winch there. He took a bunch of stuff off before he traded it in, probably for his next truck. So what used to be a tuned truck and have a chip doesn't any longer, which may or may not be good, depending on what your opinion is on that. My brother's going to take this thing out for pictures next. Please go over the pictures. Obviously, it's a truck. It's a 240,000 mile truck. It's not beautiful. It's decent looking, but you know, it's what it is. It does have air ride suspension right there. I'll show you where the filler is. It's a manual filler, and it's underneath the driver door, which is an interesting place for it. Usually people put it on the rear bumper. This guy thought it would be creative to put it next to the driver door, which may or may not be good for a convenience factor. I never really thought about that, why you would do that. I've never seen that before. Nice bed liner. God, that doesn't look like somebody put these things on like last week. Those tires are 99.9% tread. I'll show you the filler for the tires right there. For the for the air suspension, it's right there. I'm told that this has the average amount of blow-by for a 240,000 mile 7.3. All of these gauges work except for this fuel gauge. The fuel gauge that is being used here, this does work, the actual factory fuel gauge. But the rest of these, bottom three, the boost, pyrometer, and the trans temp function. Not that much, really. But everyone wants to see that, so we show it to everybody. There's a little Ford stamp there. Ford stamp right there. Sticker where they belong. Obviously an aftermarket airbox. Sticker there. Stamp there. You want to see all these stamps where they are? That indicates that everything's original and that nothing's been replaced. When you don't see those Ford stamps on the core support and on the fenders, then you know something's been replaced. That's all original. There's your passenger rear window. Rear seat looks great. I think this guy took all of his cool stuff off this truck. Had tweeters here. We left the holes here because someone's probably just going to put tweeters back in. There's no sense in filling holes that are going to get tweeters again. Let's see. I can see a little bit of repair on this bolster here from my repair guy, my mobile repair guy. And this is what he did with this center thing. It's supposed to be this color, but we didn't have any of that material. And actually, that feels better on your elbow anyway. So, there you go. There's your driver rear window. Driver window, passenger window, passenger rear window, driver rear window, mirrors. This is the new one on this side. Out, in, down, up, other side, out, in, up, down. Door locks. Like I said, they took the tweeters out. This guy just, I can imagine this truck had a winch, had tweeters, had fog lights on the front, and was chipped. This seat bolster on the outside is a brand new insert right here, so there's a tear here. Back, forward, up, down, out, all that stuff works. So you got tilt wheel, that works fine. It could use a step. I'll bet he took the steps off too. Okay, interesting. He put some cloth interior around the let's see, how do you work this? I don't know how to work this thing. There you go. You gotta hold it down.
Got confused and you know he was using the term exiles, which, you know, here in Florida that's got a really specific meaning, and it has to do with people fleeing the Castro.
There. All right, let's trim some air on in here. Instead of exhaust brake, power stroke exhaust brake. I'm not sure if it does or not. Assume that doesn't work because the way this guy took all this stuff off, I think he went just back to the factory, so we're just going to assume that doesn't work because I'm not selling exhaust brakes, I'm selling trucks. For low, and then we're in drive and for low, and we are in reverse in for low. Well, that's definitely for low, holy cow. That'd be granny gear. And for high, there you go. That's definitely 4 high in reverse and 4 high. There we go. Perfect. Neutral. Back to 2-wheel drive. All right, let's go for a ride. All right, if you come to Tucson to drive this truck home, which you're welcome to do, you will pay tax and dock fee. Dock fee is $250. Tax is 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. So if you come from a state with a tax rate of 2%, you pay 4%. Simply add 2% to your state tax rate, and you'll know what you're paying in taxes. Then add $250 for dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, there's no tax, there's no dock fee. You just pay whatever we agree on the price. Once we receive the wire transfer, we will fill out the title with your name and address, your company's name and address, notarize the title, sign it off. We'll scan that into your online file, so you'll be able to see that immediately. We'll even scan in the envelope that we mail it in, so you see what the envelope is, and go make sure that we sent the right address, the whole bit. Deposit is $500. Once we receive your deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the truck at Kinetics.com, and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it is for sale. So please make sure you get your deposit. 7.3 Lariats go really fast. Even when they need a little paint, they go really fast. We just sold one to South Carolina, a 2-wheel drive version of this on a salvage title. 175,000, I believe it was. 2-wheel drive and a salvage title. I think he paid 11 or 10.6. I know it was way into the 10s, maybe 11. And it was day 1 of the ad. He had it done and done and done and paid for it like immediately. He knew. So please get your deposit in so that there's no drama. Nice. That's good. Warranty speech. The warranty speech is as follows. Obviously, it's got 250,000 miles, and it's on a, it's on what? It's 2001, so it's 15 years old. It's almost old enough to drive itself. It's almost old enough to join the Army. It's almost old enough to do a lot of things. All right? So just remember that you're not buying something brand new. And if you get it to your house and it needs something, you're going to be fixing it yourself. We're not writing you a check for an injector or for an air conditioning compressor or for a leaky this or a loose that. You own it, okay? Obviously, the people at Ford, they didn't give it a 20-year, 500,000-mile warranty. The warranty they gave it expired a long time ago. And, if they could have given it a longer warranty, they would have, and they would have sold it for more money. But they didn't know what was going to happen to it after X amount of miles or X amount of years. We don't know more than the people who built this thing, okay? So let's keep it real here. We want the big boys, the big girls to bid on our vehicles, make offers on our vehicles, and buy them. We give you tons of information, as much as anyone could possibly give. More information than you could get if you were here in person, okay? So put that into your Rolodex mentally, and if you really can't take the risk of it showing up and needing to repair that day, then don't buy it. There's lots of people who know what they're buying, and we want them, okay? It's got a lift in it, obviously. It's got air suspension. Runs great. It's just great, but it is what it is. A 245,000-mile, 15-year-old truck. So, anyhow, just make sure you know what you're buying so that we don't have any drama. All right. Whenever I see trucks with 200,000 plus miles, all I can think of is some knucklehead on eBay thinking that they're going to buy a brand new truck, and when it's has something wrong with it, the day they get it, they cry. Nice. That's great. Anyway, that is it. Please make sure you get your deposit in, and have a great week.